Let's get started. We left off with all the stuff going on in Tavernier. Sure a day. Sure. What? I'm tired. We exercised this morning and walked, and then, Omega duty. Omega duty. And then I got, like, veggies and stuff, because we're on this new, like, well, it's kind of like a diet. We're fasting, and then we get to eat what we want in between so many hours, but we try to keep it healthy. So I have veggies and watermelon and all types of good stuff, including iced tea. And hey, Superman! Soupy. That's gonna be his nickname from now on. Soupy. Okay. Oh, while we're here, let's see what's going on. Is there anything good? Anything good? Oh, yeah. We're gonna do a quick, I think this is a, leap of faith, and then we'll get started. I've made almost, look at this. I've made almost 1 million, MGP since the Make It Rain event started. Again, oh god, I hate this one. Yes, you need the bee's knees. Everybody needs the bee's knees. Alright, let's see. I hate the one with the wall. Oh! Thank you again, Superman, for the sub. I really do appreciate it. I was looking at all the subs I have now, and I'm like, I don't think I've ever had this many. It's very exciting for me. Alright, well, you guys get to watch me fail. I hate doing the jumping puzzles on the wall. It's the worst. Half the time, I either quit in the middle, I don't even finish, or I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna run this one. You guys know how I am with platforming. And fell. I'm okay on the one with the floating aisles, but the wall one, oh, I hate this. Alright, well, we're gonna... Not too bad right now. Gosh. I was hoping it would have been the other one for you guys to watch, but now you get to see me fail. And I know you guys like doing that. That one. That one. Okay, so where are these other ones? Shit. Alright, oh, the 3 stars way up there. Alright, there's another one here. And we got the doors open because it's actually nice. Finally, again, it was nice. It was so hot. It was so hot the last few days, you guys. It just, we had everything closed up. We had all the shades drawn, everything, because we were trying to do everything we could to keep the house cool. And, I mean, we have the AC, but we didn't want to strain, the AC. And, it was pretty bad, but it's nice enough to have the windows open today. So you might hear some trucks and stuff because they're still doing all that construction in the back. So you might hear a little of that, but you'll probably hear some birds and stuff. You haven't even reached 70. Oh, you said that and I fell. I'm like, what? Wow. It was 99 with the heat index of 115 on, what was it, Wednesday? It was bad. Oh man, alright, how am I supposed to get back up there? Alright, here we go. It was pretty bad. Tomorrow's gonna be nice. It's gonna be high 72 tomorrow, which is gonna be perfect. Perfect, because we are going to walk. We're not gonna drive, but we're gonna walk to a local brewery. and have a couple of brewskis. So the husband's really excited about that because he loves going to breweries. Oh man, come on. I just got to get this last one. I can do it. Don't freak out, BD10. It's fine. We'll walk off all the alcohol. It's fine. All right. How am I gonna go over there? Do I gotta jump? Oh no. All right. I gotta jump like somehow like this way. Whew. Made that. Oh man. I still gotta get up here. The wall ones are, yeah, a little bit. I'm only gonna have a couple. And then we're gonna stop for food on the way home. Alright, fuck this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it. We're just leaving. We're leaving the duty. I gotta get this stream started. No, it's not illegal. This is how the wall for Leap of Fate ends like 50% of the time for me. Okay, we're done with that. Done with that ridiculousness. Let's get back to New Game Plus. I failed it. I don't even care. I got some coins. Okay. So what are we doing? At World's End. Gotta get back to Razat Han. Razat Han. Where's the quest? Ruvedia Fibers. That sounds like a lot of fun, really. I love margaritas. But, no. No, he made some in real life while he was at the party in the game. Which is even better. That's even better. It's very cool. Alright, here we go. Greetings, honored scions at the 7th dawn. I have a message from His Excellency the Satrap. Brave scions, you have my gratitude for aiding my people in this most trying of times. Alas, matters here at Megaduta prevent me from meeting you all in person. As a token of mine appreciation, I have arranged for a feast to be held in your honor. May it nourish you in preparation for the trials ahead. Such are the words of Master Fritra. The feast he speaks of awaits you at Merid's Mayhain. I guess that's how you say it. Pray make your way there whenever your business here is done. We thank you for your kindness. Indeed, I was hoping we might find a place to discuss our next course of action, and that seems an ideal venue. Oh, you did? Oh, I'll have to take a look when I'm done with this. Ah, and you, Rislin Hallis. There is something we had hoped to introduce to you in particular. While I am loath to detain you further, might you spare a moment of your time? Personal favor, knowing full well your services are in the highest demand right now. This must be important. Worry not. We'll save some food for you, so take all the time you need. Thank you, friend. Whenever you are ready, please join me in the Aetheryte Plaza. I shall go on ahead. Alrighty, I think this is where they're gonna... he's gonna introduce me to all the role quests, which I need to finish those up, but... Role quest, Aetheryte. Access to the Aetheryte you see there has been restricted to a select few ever since the tower first appeared. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience, but it was deemed too dangerous to permit the free movement of visitors at a time of emergency. A risk we could not take. In light of recent developments, however, the satrap has decided that such restrictions would only hinder our efforts to combat the final days. As such, I would encourage you to attune with the aetheryte before proceeding along the corridor. Yeah, already done. Now where are you going? I think you're going to be very, very surprised where we go in the stream today, BB10. I don't think you're going to see it coming at all. Where the heck did he go? Wrong way. Damn it. I did get to swim yesterday. I went over to my aunt's. I helped her out with some stuff. No. And then we hopped in the pool and I swam for like well, we didn't really swim. We just hung out in the pool for 2 hours. But I was good. We didn't have any booze or anything. It was just, we had a slice of pizza before and then we hopped in the pool. And it was really nice. It was nice. Except for the ants that kept falling from off the tree over, that hangs over the pool. I don't know. She's got a ton of ants in the trees and they kept falling on us. But, and you know how I am about big ants. But I was okay. I was okay. Ah, you must be wondering what this place is. You stand in the hall of the Radiant Host, from where our leadership oversees all of Razat Han's military operations. Sundrop, our destination, lies just ahead. They must like me. I don't know. But, yeah, it was fine. We got through it. They were having more of a struggle in the water than I was, so... Welcome to Sundrop. Without further ado, allow me to introduce you to... Oh ho! So you're the famous Risen and Harless, eh? I knew at the moment you stepped through the door. You've the look of one who's walked through hell. Shitterbot, please! You are speaking to the satrap's honored guest and a savior of our people. Can you not show a modicum of respect? What disrespect is there in paying a fellow warrior a compliment? We're all here, friends here, or we'll be soon enough. More formally, then, for the benefit of my countrymen, it is a pleasure to have you with us, O great champion of Eorzea, scion of the Seventh Dawn, warrior of light, and all-around good egg, I'm sure. Well, this talk of eggs reminds me I'm late for dinner. A woman after my own heart. I like that. Don't you worry, I'll keep it short. There's just a thing or two we'd like you to remember. First of all, about the room you're standing in now. Razat Han welcomes delegates from other lands to oversee trade and diplomatic dealings. Then there are military matters to discuss, which is why all these officers are stationed here in Sundrop. I imagine you're more than familiar with each of the nations they represent, yes? We've got representatives from Doma, Ulda and Alamigo, Limsa Laminsa, Gridania, and last but never let it be said least, Ishgard. They're the eyes, ears, and mouths that bridge the distance between Razat Han and their respective homelands. We've used this brief respite to share the details of our plight with our overseas counterparts. And wouldn't you know it, all of their leaders requested a few words from you specifically. You're a woman in high demand, eh? And so, would you mind regaling us with your own account?
Indulge us before you indulge yourself.
Alright. I thank you for the report. The conditions under which men are turned to beasts, the etheric anomalies you have observed, you have given us much to consider. It is concerning that the first transformation apparently occurred before the skies turned red. 'Tis contrary to what one would expect. Thankfully, the information you conveyed to Lucia upon your return from the moon has already proved invaluable. As soon as reports of the calamity there and here in Tavnir reached the Grand Company of Eorzea and our Far Eastern allies, our leaders knew at once that the final days were indeed upon us. They began taking steps to assess the extent of the phenomenon's spread. Our agents were able to confirm that, for the time being, the skies burn only over the Bounty, including this island and Corvos. Alas, that is of little comfort. Aye. All throughout allied lands, there have been reports of people transforming into hideous beasts. From what little we have learned, these incidents are similar in nature to that involving the merchant Kalzal. As was the case here, the victims underwent the change prior to the heavens being set ablaze. And so, while the burning skies have yet to manifest beyond the Bounty, the transformations do not appear to be subject to any similar restriction. If anyone anywhere overcome by despair can turn, then nowhere is safe. That's about the size of it. Speaking of which, we ought to give these creatures a name, don't you think? Here in Razatan, we've taken to call the first to change, which tend to be the biggest, blasphemies. As fitting a name as any, to ensure clarity in future communications, we shall urge our comrades to adopt this terminology. Our leaders have taken measures to deal with the threat to the best of our abilities. Aye. Each nation has assembled their own groups of elite soldiers to put down these so-called blasphemies and their spawn as and when they appear. At the same time, they are doing all in their power to put the people's minds at ease and prevent panic and fear from spreading. That said, brave souls with the strength and fortitude to fell these terrible fiends are not easily found. Just so, and it is for that very reason that we turn to you. Pray lend us your strength, and help us to slay the blasphemies that plague our homelands. But I'm already busy! Now, you don't have to give your reply before dinner. I should also mention that each blasphemy seems to possess wildly different characteristics. What works well against one may serve you poorly against another. So before you go rushing off to save everyone's day, have a word with the delegates. They'll tell you what to expect. And with that, I do believe our friend here has a feast to attend. Spare a thought for us while you're tucking into all that fine cuisine, eh? You have gained access to the role quest. Okay, that's all we need to know. We're not going to do the role quests. I've got enough to get to. It's a mega duty. Pray forgive Sherabat her rudeness. She can be a bit boisterous at times, but it is simply her nature. Anyway, my apologies for keeping you from your hard-earned rest. You will be rejoining your companions, yes? Do you know the way to the Mehane? Well, I know Razatan like the back of my hand. Not really, but I'm just gonna go. Glad to hear you're becoming familiar with our fair city. You'll be pleased to hear that all drinks are on the house, so order whatever suits your fancy. And with that, I must return to my post. On behalf of all the Radiant hosts, I thank you and your friends once more for lending your strength and courage to Razatan in our time of need.
We shall endeavor to fight the good fight to the end, that we might honor Iowan's legacy and serve Master Vritra well. You have my word that your efforts will not be in vain.
What's oh no? Is all the drinks around the house? That's a no. Oh no. Oh no. That's more like oh yes. It is definitely an oh yes. Hey Jolt. How you doing? Never give them around the house. All right, hold on. We gotta go talk to them first.
How was your meeting with the Radiant? I would love to hear more. Good you could join us. Michiel over there will be happy to take your order. The threat here has been quelled, but our job's only just begun. I know I must eat to regain my strength, but between you and me, I don't have much of an appetite. Forgive me for not waiting to make a toast. My throat was utterly parched. I'm overdue for a good meal.
Okay, well.
Welcome. When the Satrap asked us to entertain a party of honored guests, I was wondering who it might be. This is a lovely surprise, to say the least. By the way, I heard all about Kazal from your friend Krahatia. I understand there was nothing that could be done, but I was heartened to hear he meant us no harm. I cannot thank you enough for dispatching the beasts. As the smallest token of our thanks, your food and drink are tonight our Marid's treat. Speaking of which, what shall I start you off with?
Oh boy. Let's see. A piping hot mug of chai. No. A glass of your finest local spirits. Yes! Yes! I'm not drinking water. Why am I gonna drink water when they're giving me it's on the house? No way.
As you wish. Pray join your friends and I will bring you your drink. Welcome back. Whatever did the Radiant want with you, pray tell? Our allies have sent military delegates. That's news to me. Mind sharing the details?
Don't cry. It's fine.
So blasphemies now plague all the realm.
It will only get worse if what Father said is true, as it did in Amarant.
If that's our model, then shouldn't we expect the effects to grow more severe as it feeds off its own spread? As if people transforming into those monstrosities wasn't bad enough. If the flora and fauna, if the land itself turned against us.
No one would survive.
Aw, they even put a lime in it for me. Oh, that's a
Here's
big
your order,
drink.
friend.
And ice! This is perfect.
May you find comfort in these dark times.
Where do we go from here? If there's one thing we've learned, fighting blindly and simply reacting to what comes will accomplish nothing. We must find a solution that addresses the fundamental cause. Before our strength is exhausted, before this crisis spirals out of control. Is there something, anything we've overlooked?
Alice's glass is really big. It's almost as big as her head. You see that, you guys?
If there is an answer, Hydaelyn herself will have it. 'Twas she who bound Zodiac and forestalled the final days. Alas, we have heard naught from her since the Tower of Babel. Whether she cannot or will not speak, I can only speculate. Even the flower she gave us is no more.
In our time, we called it Elpis. You would do well to remember the name.
So advised the Watcher. What could be the significance of that name? It is entirely unfamiliar to me.
To me as well. It meant something to the ancients, though. In our time.
Most surely. Yet I do not recall a single mention of it in the records of Anida.
Another dead end. And quite literally. It's not as if there are any ancients living we could go and ask.
Not alive as such, but not quite dead. Elidibus. I sealed him in the white auricite of the Crystal Tower back on the first. Contained within that reservoir of ether that maintains it, ether that is returned little by little to the sea, naught may remain of his soul. However, if part of it lingers, we might be able to speak with him there. I know we can no longer make that journey, but you, my friend, still can.
Well, it would be an opportunity to look in on the others as well.
Thank you, my friend. That would mean much to me.
If nothing else, should we learn the first is safe, we'll have that much more reason to keep fighting the good fight. That said, the odds are not in our favor, to say the least. Which is why we're fortunate to have Urianger up there on the moon, working hard to make all the necessary preparations for our departure, should it come to it.
And why we have nothing to lose by staying the course till the last instant.
Indeed. To the last, let us all do what we can.
Not drug teleporting to the
I will
first.
consult with Master Matoya and see if she knows of a way to reach Hydaelyn from the ethereal sea.
And I will visit the nation's leaders and attempt to ascertain how far the final days have progressed elsewhere.
Keep me abreast of your findings. I can seek out and slay the worst of the immediate threats, if only to slow the spread.
Unease, terror, despair. Try as we might to suppress them, these emotions will return to harry us time and time again. But when they do, remember this. Your friends and loved ones are out there somewhere, sharing in your struggle. You are not alone.
So ends the brief respite before the next revelation.
Revelation?
Yes, so much left for you to see.
I'm not gonna
Where beginning
accidentally end on
ends
the 5th.
And end begins.
I'm not. My knee hurts though. I think I tweaked it when I was in the pool yesterday. Ugh. Alright.
The final days. How far has the phenomenon spread, and how does it manifest itself in each land? I must reach out to my friends in each nation to find out all I can. Well, I suppose I do feel better on a full stomach after all. Burning skies? Blasphemies? Not if I've got anything to say about it. Beasts and blasphemies may be running amok in nearby lands outside the influence of Razat Han and the Alliance. If so, I may need to go hunting. If the Forum truly has been spurred to action by Hydaelyn's prophecy, then is it not odd that the Anti-Tower was entrusted to Master Matoya, who bears them no love? No doubt she has a reason for this, and I would know what it is. Nothing like a feast to lift the spirits. I trust you enjoyed yourself as well. Now then, is there anything we've forgotten to mention? Are your arms and armor in good order? In that case, it's time we each attended to our tasks. And when you arrive on the first, give my regards to Reen. Tell her I miss her.
Aww! Dad Crid misses Reen! Oh, it's filling my heart. It's filling my heart with love.
Take this, Risland, my spirit vessel. Empty now, of course, but it should allow you to operate the tower systems in the umbilicus. If even the smallest fragment of Elidibus's essence remains, it should be possible to locate it. As for access to the umbilicus, pray seek out Lena for assistance. Chances are she still stands watch at the censored gate. Should she or anyone else ask after me, tell them I am living my life to the fullest, that I am happy. Hardships and all. Well, we had best be on our respective ways. God willing, we will see each other again ere long.
Alright. We're going back to the first, you guys. Back to the first. Yeah, it's been a little while since we've been back here, huh? There's Nina.
Risland, you are returned. Have you been well? You and the others.
Well, we've no shortage of troubles, but we're well enough.
Then things are much the same for you as they were here. My lord is doubtless enjoying himself. He said this to you? These exact words? Oh, to know that he is happy. It fills my heart with joy. Thank you, Risland, for taking care of him. When next you see him, please tell him not to overexert himself, futile a request though it is. And tell him that all is well here. The peace you gifted us continues, and we work hard to build new lives for ourselves. In the course of this, we occasionally bicker, but we've never been more optimistic for the morrow. If I had to mention one dilemma, it would be the question of our governance. Even as we speak, debate rages over how we should run the city in the Exarch's absence. Most are of a mind that the settlement's council should continue to oversee the general running of the Crystarium, while representatives are elected to determine policy and handle diplomacy. Thus far, nothing is set in stone, but however we choose to proceed, we will not replace our lord. No one could. Have we recently observed any unusual phenomena? No, I cannot say that I have been. Curious that you should ask me this question, though. Some days ago, Reen came and asked the very same. She was rather unsettled, in stark contrast to how cheerful she has been of late. Reen has been dedicating herself to the restoration of the empty, you see. Though it will take many long years, the goal seems to have given her a newfound sense of purpose and fulfillment. So when I saw her in a state of such worry, I couldn't help but feel worried in turn, especially since she wouldn't tell me what troubled her. I dare say she would be more willing to confide in you. May I ask you to broach the subject with her? You wish to enter the umbilicus? Very well. I shall fetch the key at once, and take the opportunity to find Reen. Please wait for me in the city, in front of the Cabinet of Curiosity, shall we say. I will be along as soon as I can.
Yeah, I don't think there are blasphemies out here. It seems very, very calm. Everything's going well. Let's hope it stays that way. Let's see. Back to the Crystarium. We're just gonna go to Cabinet of Curiosity. Back. Oof. Hold on a second. Alright. It's not cheating! It's not cheating. Monty might actually be coming over to spend the night, so I just let him know to come on over. So you might hear him in the background a little bit. Alright. So, anyways. Alright, the following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending finding duty finder registration. That's fine. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and then we're gonna start this, because I don't think this is too long, but no, there are not slide puzzles in Final Fantasy 14, thank goodness. Thank goodness. But yeah. Okay, let me go to the bathroom. You know, all of this iced tea. Alright. Alright. Alright, let me on. Let me make sure. Alright, let's start this. Just had to make sure the front door is open so we can walk in. Alright, wait for Lena. Who's this? I hate it when it doesn't give you the name. Do my old eyes deceive me? Is that truly Rislin? Who is this? Ah, it's, Backlug. Ha! It is! Full glad am I to see you hale and whole, my friend. What a wonderful surprise it is to have you back with us, and at the most opportune time. In case you haven't forgotten, we are planning to produce a tome chronicling events from the Flood to the Knight's return. For this project, we intend to draw upon records kept by the world's peoples. Historical and contemporary first-hand accounts will be the centerpiece of the tome, but yours would be the one to crown them all. I've been asked to contribute a chapter on... Oh, hold on. No, the husband's messaging me. I've been asked to contribute a chapter on the soul, a subject that is key to understanding much of your endeavors. In the course of developing the spirit vessel, I gained valuable insights into travel beyond the rift, knowledge that will allow me to attest to your existence and deeds. There is no end to the questions I would ask you, but if you could indulge me just for one. Indulge me just one for now. No, he didn't go to get booze. He's working. He's upstairs, but I was just messaging him on Discord. Okay. In your quest to restore the night, you faced many a formidable foe. Among them who offered you the greatest struggle. Greatest struggle? Let's see. Titania, driven mad by light and loneliness, Vothri. Hades, who bore the burden of his people. This may come as a surprise to you, but... Truly, I never would have guessed. But then if I could, I suppose I wouldn't have had to ask. 'Tis a tremendously eye-opening answer, and we will see that your account of this battle features prominently in the tome. I know you'd love to talk her ear off, Morin, but we really should be on our way. Those documents from Yulmore won't collect themselves. Of course. And afterwards, would you care to join me for tea? I was hoping you might clarify a few points in your treatise. Till next time, then, do tell the others to look after themselves. Our overzealous friend in particular. Remind him not to overexert himself, again and again till his ears fall off, if that's what it takes for him to take it to heart. Which overzealous friend? No, he's not having bring him a sandwich or beer. The beer is for tomorrow. Super excited about that. Is that the Warrior of Darkness? Oh, it's the kids. It's her! It's really her! What are you doing here? If you're going to battle, I can give you some medicine. I made it myself. Best not, Ricky. You'd only give her a stomach ache. We've come to see Morin to get his advice.
One of the guard finally agreed to teach us how to fight, but first, we need to choose a fighting style. While I know that I want to be a mage, Arkle isn't sure. Magic isn't really my thing, so I was thinking of taking up the axe, or the sword, or maybe the bow. They all seem alright, but it's hard to decide, so I thought I'd ask Morin. He knows about lots of things. He's in here? Aww. Ooh, ooh! Why don't you have the Warrior of Darkness choose for you? What do you think suits Arkle best? Axe, sword, or bow? Well, for protecting your friends, the sword, maybe. Okay. The sword? If you took up the sword, you could be just like... Brandon, the Warrior of Light! I love that tale. Let's borrow the book today. It's really popular, though. I hope it's still there. Thanks for helping me decide, Warrior of Darkness. I'll start with that style, and maybe try something else later on. And when I get really strong, I hope to have a bout with you. And off they go. No, it's not the Exarch. He's not even here anymore. Such fun she's been having, basking in the adoration of musty old bookworms and wide-eyed younglings. But does she spare a thought for me? Of course not. I waited and waited and waited, but she won't do so much as acknowledge the presence of her beautiful branch, even though they're right here. Such a heartless thing our sapling is, cold and cruel and heartless. Oh boy. Hold on. Alright. Oh, Fael. Let's see. People are like, my attention is getting, like, dragged in, like, 3 different directions right now, so. Oh, faithful Fael, loveliest of branches, how I have missed you. If you truly missed me, you should have cried for me at the top of your lungs the instant you arrived. To make up for it, you will call me twice. Call with twice the passion next time. Though for there to be a next time, you've some few struggles to overcome. So, my adorable sapling, the world is on the verge of destruction, is it? How do I know this? Joined as we are, spying on you is as simple as sliding down the back of a rainbow. Would that I could aid you in your quest, but the fate of we faithful is bound to that of the star. Whither it goes, so too do we follow. Such is our way. The most I could do for you is spare you the pain by gifting you the sweetest of eternal dreams. But if it escapes not to your liking, then you must struggle with your fellow mortals. Ah, but here are the ones you were waiting for. I wonder what manner of conclusion awaits at tale's end. My apologies for the delay. Reslin, it's so wonderful to see you again. You doubtless have much catching up to do, so I shall leave you to it. I've taken the liberty of unlocking the umbilicate, and you may enter at your leisure. Never mind.
No, fine,
No, it was just Chusman's getting some iced tea. Now he's getting me some iced tea.
I'm relieved to hear that everyone is well. I've had this feeling, like a pit in my stomach, and I was afraid that something might have happened. Maybe I'm overthinking things, but it's just that I'm the Oracle of Light, but I've never spoken with Heidelin, never once heard her call. Even so, I've always had this feeling, deep inside me, a connection to something immense. These past few days, though, that connection has wavered, as if that immense something was distant, then close, then distant again. And then, the other night, I was jolted awake by the feeling it had been completely severed. Wanting some fresh air, I went to the open window. To my horror, the sky was ablaze, like during the star shower. But then I blinked and everything was normal. The next day, no one said a thing. No one else had seen what I had seen. As far as I could tell, nothing was out of the ordinary. I began to wonder if it was a figment or of a half-remembered dream. Rislin, what are you not telling me? I have to know. Please. It doesn't matter how terrible it is. It wasn't my imagination then. The doom we witnessed in Almorad has come again. I can't believe it. Like I told you before, all is well here in the First. So don't worry about us. Please, look only to the threat before you. We're fine right now. And even if we weren't, we've learned how to survive. Should the final days reach us here as well, you may be assured we won't go quietly. No, we'll hold on until you can find a way to save all our worlds. So long as you continue your fight, so too will we, united in purpose beneath a blazing sky.
All right.
You're headed to the Umbilicus to consult with Elidibus, right? I'll do some consulting of my own and speak with Lena. Decide how we might best prepare for the final days. So it's farewell for now. But we'll see each other again, I'm certain of it.
Aw, man, I can't pet her head. I gently pat Rain. There we go. Alright. To the Umbilicus. Where is the, back this way? Oh, there it is. Alright, so we're going to the Docile Gate. Oh, up the stairs. Ah, Mistress Rislin, welcome back. The captain has told me all. Give the word and I will show you to the ocular. Yes, you can. I don't think I'm the tallest. I'm just a little bit below the tallest that my character can be. Or this race, the Ellison. So. But I'm pretty tall. Aww.
Biometric authentication complete. Please state your business.
Oof.
Acknowledged. Reinitializing Circus Tower systems. Searching for Elidibus entity.
I'm pretty short in real life, so I didn't want my character to be super short in the game. I wanted to play a tall character.
Target located in subterranean core power accumulator. Projecting image.
My home. My friends. No more than a dream. You. Why have you awakened me? I no longer sense those places beyond, or Lord Zodiac. You must explain all. So, he is fallen, and my brethren's souls returned to the star. The doom we sacrificed so much to prevent is come again. Old burdens now yours to bear. But if this is Fandaniel's design, then I, as Elidibus, have a duty to fulfill. Your unsolicited act has restored to me some few memories of the convocation. Such knowledge as I have, I will share.
Thank you.
I do this not for you. I merely perform my duty, as I have ever done. Where to begin? Ah, the end. Your understanding of what caused the final days is consistent with our own. The decay first took root where the currents were weakest. Yes, a conclusion drawn by him, Fandaniel. Not the him of here and now, but as I knew him, long, long ago. Having shed light upon the phenomenon, he dedicated himself to devising a countermeasure. Were it not for his knowledge of the Celestial, we would never have made the connection, and thence forestalled the final days. And though he inherited that noble soul, how different this last incarnation, so consumed by self-loathing and hate. Elpis. Yes, the name is familiar to me. Yet I know it not as a flower, but a place. A testing facility for determining which of our creations were fit to be released into the world. Many worked there, and before joining the Convocation and assuming the title of Fandaniel, he was their chief. He was Hermes. That is all I know. The crystals tell little of the lives the 14 led prior to their induction. Elpis itself would tell even less. Nary a ruin has survived. Wait. I saw you there. In Elpis.
Oh no, hold on. Hold on! Oh crap. Okay, so how much did you miss? I don't know how long it had died. So basically, did you hear that Fandaniel's real name is actually Hermes? And that, yeah, so Fandaniel's actual name is Hermes. He was the chief of Elpis. Elpis, the name of the flower is Elpis, but is also, he remembered it as the name of a place. And Hermes was the chief of it, and it was actually a place where they studied their creations to be sure if they were fit to be used in the world. And then Elidibus, as you can see on the screen, says, "Wait, I saw you there in Elpis." So, how could that be? I don't know, but shocker.
No, I did not. But I did. I did. A lingering trace of impossibility. And a truth that fills my heart. My memories remain clouded, I fear. However, they have revealed to me one possible course. You must travel to Elpis, to the time when Hermes served as its chief. In glimpsing the Exarch's memories, not only did I make his summoning magic mine own, I also mastered the workings of this tower, which, having absorbed my empowered essence, now harbors an abundance of energy. As such, I believe I can deliver you unto the past, unto that place and that precise moment. Given the eons that must be traversed, the gateway will not be fully formed. Your form will be less tangible still than those warriors of light I had summoned. In all likelihood, none will be able to see or hear you. Yet even should you manage to interact with others, you will be unable to effect meaningful change. For the reality you wish to save, the reality to which you must return, exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present. cannot unmake the sorrow and suffering fated to come.
Yes, time travel. We're going back in
full
time.
knowledge of this, will you still entrust your life to your foe and make the journey?
Well, I have no other choice.
Very well. I shall cast you unto the river of time. Let this be my final act. You must input the commands. I no longer have the authority.
Go on full out.
First, you must reconfigure the systems.
Oh boy.
That the tower's ether may be channeled for the magic.
I don't know how to do that. And he's gone. Oh.
The preparations are complete. The gateway will soon open. Return at once to the ocular. All appears to be in order. The ether flows unimpeded. The magic should consume every last mote of my essence. Why are you surprised? Did I not say that this will be my final act? Lord Zodiac is no more. There is nothing for me here. The ones I love and long to see again are waiting in that promised land, beyond memory and dream. Now go, warrior of light. Go and do not look back. Well, Heidelin, I take my leave of you. Yours is the mantle of the last of us.
What?
May you have the joy of it, the burden, and the solitude. It falls to you now. You and your champion to save our star.
Oof. Uh-oh, we're gonna crash. Yes, space. Uh-oh. Really short. Okay.
The man stands dutifully by the aetheryte-like device, a guide for this facility in all likelihood. You attempt to get the man's attention, but if he sees or hears you, he gives absolutely no indication. As Elidibus warned, it appears your form is intangible.
Correct size. Not gonna lie. Yeah, probably. Probably.
This is the right place, yes? Propylion? Judging by the woman's words, this facility is called Propylion. You attempt to gently prod the woman to attract her attention, but feel nothing, and it seems neither does she. The device is reminiscent of an aetheryte. Perhaps it is possible to attune with it. Despite attempting to channel and focus your energies, you fail to attune with the device. You can only assume it operates differently. The remarkably large man wears a black robe and a half-mask, much like the phantoms you encountered in Mare Lamentorum and the recreated Amarat. It would seem you have made it to your destination. You gesticulate wildly and shout all manner of greetings and obscenities, but the man does not so much as glance in your general direction.
Probably all of the obscenities that Gyat taught me how to say.
You suspect this door leads outside, but how to open it?
Yeah. Maybe I can just walk right through it.
And here we are, Elpis. Well, well, how rare to receive you in person. To what do we owe the honor?
Oh, just a few odd tasks. We'll be here a while.
You're welcome to stay as long as you see fit, of course. As a matter of procedure, however, I must ask that you kindly remove your masks.
Come now. Is this truly necessary? Surely you can tell who we are.
Who you are, perhaps, but I am far less infamous. Regardless, if we do not follow protocol, 'tis our hosts who would be held accountable. So, please, do favor us with your handsome face.
Humph. Well, speak of the devil. Speak of the Hades.
Satisfied?
I thank you for your cooperation. You are free to go about your business.
I'm not sure.
By the by, you see it too, yes?
I haven't the foggiest what you're talking about.
Come on.
That's odd.
You'll find out.
It's right here. A bit thin in the ether, but there's no mistaking it. The color of its soul is almost identical to Azem's. Do you suppose she created it? Rather unusual for a familiar to have a soul, though.
Don't ask me. All I know is that it's trouble. Doubly so if it's her spitting image. So let's leave it be. Come now.
It's trying to say something, but it's literally too intangible to form words. Why don't you give it some ether? Spare a snifter of your bounteous reserves.
Who do you take me for?
Why, a dear friend, of course. One who wouldn't let acts of kindness, such as my accompanying him on errands to far-flung outposts, go unrewarded?
I suggest you close your eyes, or this may be unpleasant.
Oof.
You may open your eyes.
I'm tangible. And taller.
Oh, you even adjusted its size.
The better to indulge your whim. This way, it will be easier to communicate.
How very thoughtful of you. And may I applaud your artful reinforcement. Without further ado then. Greetings! I am Hythlodaeus, Chief of the Bureau of the Architect. Sulking beside me is the most honorable Emmett Selk of the Convocation of 14. And how might we address you, my new friend?
Well... I know! Finally get to meet our...
A fine name.
New old
and I'm
friend.
pleased to see you understand our words.
Yes, it is.
So, tell us, whence have you come? The thinness of your essence suggests you weren't created here. You do not know? Or cannot say? Allow me to ask a different question, then. What brings you here?
Well, I seek a man named Hermes.
Well now, the same as us. Perhaps Azim wished to come too, but had to settle for a familiar.
If she truly wished to be here, then she would be.
Right you are. My apologies if we've given offense. The two of us can discern the color of souls, you see, and yours happens to resemble that of a friend. And with your purpose matching our own besides, we jumped to a hasty conclusion. We are here to speak with Hermes, the chief overseer of this facility, which we also intend to tour in order to gain greater insight into the man's work. We, I say, though this is Emmett Selk's charge. I am here only to serve as his guide. And I should be happy to serve as yours as well, by way of an apology for the misunderstanding.
Wait, are you suggesting that we bring it along on official business? This thing we know next to nothing about?
Alright, come on. Chewie's on me again.
If you harbor suspicions, better to keep it close than leave it to its own devices. Wouldn't you agree? Besides, having a mysterious life form in tow is the norm rather than the exception here. Welcome, my friends, to the testing ground of creation at Heaven's Edge, Elpis.
And here we are. We are in the past, the world unsundered. It's a little foggy today, though. Hey! There's Argos.
This presence.
Aww.
Hermes! Visitors! We have visitors!
Yes. Fishies.
What secrets are you hiding, I wonder?
Alright, you gotta get off, cat. Cause, no. Chewie, you gotta get... Oh my god, he's not moving. He's not moving. Ow! Ow! Come on! He's like, no, Ma, I'm not gonna leave. Alright. I'm gonna have to play one-handed here.
In case you didn't know, it's rude to stare. Stop.
Alright, fine. Cranky pants.
This is hardly my first time here, but the scenery never fails to take my breath away. Why, it feels as if you could reach out and touch the heavens. Now then, to begin our guided tour. Perhaps you already know these things, but for the sake of thoroughness, I shall start with the basics. Using concepts to give shape to ether, creation magics allow us to bring forth anything we desire, be it inanimate objects or living beings. Anyone may conceive of concepts, but they must all undergo evaluation at the Bureau of the Architect. As part of that process, living beings and certain arcane entities may be sent here to Elpis for in-depth observation and study. A fascinating facility, isn't it? I dare say you will enjoy touring it with us.
Okay, Chewie, okay, get off, get off. No, you don't want to get off. Oh my god, this cat, he is like, he has been so needy lately. Demanding attention. Alright, well, you're just gonna have to sit on my lap like that. Sit like that. Okay.
Now then, our friend Hermes, aside from the overseeing the facility, he also conducts his own research. Chances are he will be at the main observation hub, so let us seek him out there first. Tired as you are, however, you stand out a little too much. Our dear Emmett Selk wishes to keep a low profile for his errands, so... Do you know how to make a robe? Basic concept will do. Not really. No? In that case, Emmett Selk... No. Your whim, your responsibility. You're getting not another thimble of ether out of me. The way he scrimps sometimes, you'd think he wasn't a nigh bottomless font of magic. Very well, I shall make the robe, but perhaps you can assist. Come, let us search for the requisite material.
Petaluda help? Or hunt. I gotta hunt Petaluda. I actually get to kill something. It's been an hour and a half and I haven't killed a single thing. Alright, let's see. No means no. Just be grateful I'm even willing to wait. God, he's a cranky pants. Yes, these creatures should suffice. An etheric rope. I want you to use it to capture, shall we say, 2 Petaludi? There are 3 species here, I believe. Any 2 different kinds should serve. Now, I should mention that the strength of a rope is tied, no pun intended, to the strength of its user. As your ether is still thin compared to ours, you'll need to weaken the Petaludi first. Good luck. Alright. Alright, can I use this thing yet? There we go. This one here. I might killed it. Oh no, I didn't kill it. That's pretty good. Alright, I think I got both of them. No! Damn it! Fine. Caught the Petaludi? Come, come, let us see. Yes, these fine fellows will do nicely. And now for a spot of reversion. There, it's ready. It's nothing fancy, but then we're not trying. We're trying not to stand out. Try it on for size. You turn living beings into clothing just like that? Well, not just like that. You need to revert them to their constituent ether first. Lest you wonder why I asked for 2 species, it is due to the difference in their etheric balance. Blending them allows us to produce garb with superior etheric stability. Well and good to disguise and educate, but it won't fool anyone who can see worth a damn. Fair point, but at the very least, it should spare you unwanted attention from casual observers. Abbot Selk speaks true. Even dressed like us, your unusual nature will be plain to those who think to look. Should someone question your presence, don't make up excuses, much less try to explain what you actually are. No, best to simply say that you are familiar. The question is whose? Ah, of course, Azem's. If you say you belong to her, people will give you the benefit of the doubt for any and all outlandish behavior. Exploiting our associate's absence? For lack of her presence, absolutely. Were she here, she'd have been the first to propose the idea, and you know it. With that, your story is settled. Let us continue with our errand. Oh, hold on. Get texts. What? Is my process completed? What? Oh, hold on. Somebody from work who I gave him my phone number because we were texting back and forth. Now she's asking questions. I'm not at work today, but I'm gonna respond real quick. Alright, there we go. Maybe. Actually, keep watching. Keep watching. Keep watching.
If you are ready, let us continue along the path to
God, I can't say these Greek names. It's all Greek to me. Ananarisis, maybe. The place serves as an observation hub and residence both. Someone there should be able to point us in the direction of Hermes. No. It's actually a client. It's a client, so... She wanted me to look, she wanted to know if she's done. I'm like, no! You haven't been discharged yet, but I don't know the date. I'll tell her. I said I'll message her on Monday when I'm back at the office. Oh yes, now with the clear skies, look at this, fair skies, look at how much nicer it looks here. So much prettier than when it was, you know, all cloudy, foggy.
I was wondering what she was examining, but it seems to be the bush itself.
No, she's not in jail.
Let's see if this observer knows Hermes' whereabouts. Yes? Can I help you? We wish to speak with Chief Hermes. Do you know where we might find him? Well, now, by your mask, I assume you are one of the 14. I wasn't aware there was to be a visitation. Between you and us, it's something of a surprise. Your discretion in the matter would be appreciated. I see. My lips are sealed. The chief should be out conducting observations as usual. His focus of late has been aquatic creatures, so I expect you will find him at one of the pools here. The pools, you say? Many thanks, and apologies for disrupting your work. I say, Hythlodaeus. While I've never met Hermes, you know him well, do you not? That being the case, couldn't you simply find him by his ether? I could. As you know, Amitselk and I can discern the color of souls. By the same token, we can also see ether quite keenly, and from great distances. With this skill, I could readily locate Hermes, but I felt that it would be a waste of an opportunity. We're here to perform an assessment, after all. By searching the ordinary way, we stand to gain insight into Elpis and the man in charge of it. This is as much for your own enjoyment like as not. But point taken. If you're going to accompany us, make yourself useful and help us look for Hermes. According to his profile, he has short, dark hair. So, you know, it's because you're in Elpis that we don't have our cowls up. A special exemption due to the need to be aware of dangerous creatures. Elsewhere, we do not exhibit our individuality. It's unseemly. This is all common sense, but I would not assume you possess any. It's a rare treat, indeed, to be able to search for someone by their appearance, and I thank you for humoring me. Come, let's find our man.
Here? Oh ho ho. Who is this bee-winged girl?
They have such funny faces.
No, I don't want to. I could if I want to. I actually have I have this outfit as a transmog or glamour.
Huh. You are...
Oh. Different. You're different too. You and me. We're alike. Friends. I want to be... Wait. Please. Wait. Greetings and salutations. Can you hear me? Do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. I wish only to hear your words, share your feelings, and know your thoughts. May we please be friends? May we please be friends?
It is a burb girl.
Ah, I see you found him.
Hythlodaeus. It's been a while. Too long, I think.
Too long indeed for close collaborators. On this blessed occasion, I bring not only myself, but others who long to speak with you.
You are of the convocation.
Emmett Selk at your service. Do I have the honor of addressing Hermes, Chief Overseer of Elpis?
You do. You have traveled far for it.
Given your facility's purpose, its remote location is something of a necessity. Would that I didn't have to rely upon a guide.
Oh, you wound me. Have I not ever been an attentive and helpful friend? But moving along to more agreeable company, this one we chance to... Well, you certainly have her attention. Is she one of yours, Hermes?
Her name is Meteon. It means shooting star.
If I may make an observation, her ether is terribly thin. I fear she might dissipate at any moment. Nor do I believe you've made a submission to the Bureau. I would remember such a concept if you had.
I haven't, as you say. I judged it too early. She's a pet project of mine, still undergoing preliminary testing. But rest assured that I will attend in person ere long.
Very well. Being an authority on flying life forms, I appreciate that you are exacting in your work. I shall look forward to your submission.
If we have finished with the perfunctory chit-chat, I would discuss official matters. By my coming, I trust you already anticipate the subject.
I have an inkling, yes. Please wait to the main building yonder. I shall join you as soon as I've returned these creatures to their homes.
What's wrong, Hermes?
The Nemostoma is missing.
Uh-oh. Gonna have to go find one, I bet.
I may have found it. A creature with the self-same ether as those there, nestled in the boughs of a tree outside the grounds.
You're saying they can climb with their sorry excuses for limbs?
The fashion has been to imbue aquatic creatures with the power of flight, ever since the words of Mitron created a sky-swimming fish. The Ambistomas too can fly, if only slightly, and they could conceivably climb a tree. Whether they can come down safely, however... Excuse me.
I'll help too.
And what are we supposed to do with this lot?
May I suggest we split up? If you would be so good as to assist Hermes, Emmett Selk and I shall keep an eye on these adorable creations in the meantime.
Oy. I want to see where I am and I need to get my MSQ list up. Sorry, BB10. I gotta look it up. Here we go. I don't know. Let's see. We're on... Oh, man. Yeah. I don't think we're getting into the dungeon today. I don't think. Yeah. Probably not. It's not cheating. Oh, man. Oh. My knee is killing me. Alright. What? Well, that's a bed. That was a bed. It seems Hermes and... Oh, you do have... Where do you get the bed? Because I need to get one. The bed mount. It seems Hermes and Medion have found their quarry, a creature known in this age as Abystoma. Yet, though it has been safely extricated from the tree, Hermes appears to have found himself in quite the predicament. The Abystoma. Oh, that's it. Oh. I'll have to craft it. I'm not spending 2 mil on it. The Abystoma. Hermes saw it high up the tree. He climbed up to get it, but it jumped on him and he slipped. Do you need a hand? Oh my god, there he is! No, I'm fine, if a little embarrassed. Now, for your own safety, please stand back. Ugh. Hermes, are you alright? Quite alright, yes. My apologies for making you worry, Medion. Both you and, Rislin Hallis, you are called. An intriguing name, somehow reminiscent of a new creation. Thank you for coming after me.
As for you, little one, you must be more careful.
Be a bird lady.
You may be able to fly, but it doesn't mean you cannot fall and hurt yourself.
Oh no, I've forgotten about all about its fellows. Dude, it's fine.
Truly? What a relief. I must thank Emetzelk and Hythlodaeus when I return to them. But first, with the distractions out of the way...
Dude, he was about to ready to freak the fuck out, and then he's just like, what?
As Chief Overseer of Elpis...
I cannot enunciate today. Of Elpis.
Permit me to welcome you to our facility. I hope you will enjoy your time here. I'm glad they're safe. Hermes and the Abastoma. Well, we mustn't keep the others waiting. Let us return to Ananorisis. I think that's how you say it. 'Twas blissfully uneventful in your absence. All ones were on their best behavior. No more errant recreations distract us from matters of actual import, I trust. My apologies for the trouble. Owing to your kind assistance, all the Abastomas are safe and well. I will presently send them back to their space, if you would go on ahead to the main building. Upon entering, you will see a table and chairs, a meeting area. We may speak there.
Very well.
Take care not to let the creatures slip away again. Some creations stay outside. Others stay at Katisis, like the Abastomas.
It was a very adventurous Abastoma. Oh, it was probably just gonna chirp or something.
This appears to be the place. And here is where we part ways. We will be discussing highly sensitive affairs. Only a select few may be privy to such knowledge, and that does not include someone who cannot or will not divulge their origins. What? Will I have to remove you by force?
Well, there are reasons I cannot speak freely.
Let's hear them then, these reasons of yours. Who knows? If I deem your mysterious cause worthy, I may even be inclined to offer my assistance.
I do not object to her attendance.
Hermes, this is highly irregular.
Perhaps, but I believe she can be trusted. Meteion would not have taken to her so quickly otherwise. Moreover, the presence of a third party may help me to maintain composure.
As you wish, then. Behave yourself. Do you hear?
So, it's finally happened, then.
Aye. Van Daniels declared his intention to step down, and named you as his preferred successor. In recognition of your knowledge and your works, the Convocation is giving the recommendation due consideration.
He's always grumpy.
As one who does not know you personally, I am to use my impartial eye to take your measure. And above all else, to ascertain your disposition towards the invitation. I understand that you and Van Daniel are close. He himself was once chief overseer of Elpis after all. I should not be surprised if you knew before anyone else that he wished to relinquish his office.
I did. He told me that when he fulfilled his purpose, he wished to pass the torch to me.
A torch you seem none too pleased to accept. Are you so averse to serving on the Convocation?
No, it's not that. For a humble researcher like myself to even be considered is an honor beyond words. No. What troubles me, what I struggle to come to terms with, is the very fact that Van Daniel is stepping down. Does this not mean that he will return to the Star?
Of his own volition, yes. Like so many others have before him.
Return to the Star? Does that mean die?
Well now, that's not a word I hear often. Is that what you say here in Elpis? Mankind is the life of Atheris. Each of us, a drop of blood flowing through its veins, bearing sustenance. In our finite time upon it, 'tis our duty to make it a better place, that all who call it home, now and in future, may abide in happiness. To that end, we have dedicated ourselves to the pursuit of enlightened creation. And by our efforts did we transform this once untamed wilderness into the peaceful paradise you enjoy today. To return to the Star whence we came is a privilege afforded to we who have so loved and nurtured it. A choice embraced by those who have lived their lives to the fullest, in service to our world. And when they depart upon this journey, it is beautiful, always.
The 14 are no exception. 'Tis believed no occasion is more felicitous than the fulfillment of one's duty. Our office becomes our lives, and to retire is to return, or so the majority of us hold. Some few have elected to eschew custom. Mayhap you feel Van Daniel's deeds do not warrant his return. Yet you should know his accomplishments as well as any. During his time, he conceived of countless outstanding concepts. And channeling the wealth of experience he attained here in Elpis, he brought forth many new specimens.
I know of all this. I do. It's just, I cannot fathom why someone so great and wise, who could still do so much good, would want to end it all. Oh no. I've made her upset. Forgive me. I know I requested your presence. Might I trouble you to take Meteon outside? A change of scenery would do her good.
Let's see where we are. Oh yeah, definitely next week. Alright, so I'm gonna try and get... It's just this quests and oh, they take so long. So we're gonna keep pushing.
I'm sorry, Rislin. I didn't mean... A walk? Perhaps we can go for a walk.
Dang it, now I gotta go babysit.
Hermes gets sad when he thinks about death. When others are sad, I'm sad too. That's how I am. How he made me. But don't worry, I'm fine now. So, why did you come here? You want to learn about Elpis and Hermes? Oh, teach you. I can teach you. We could take turns. I tell you something, then you tell me something.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
It will be. It will be. Where to start? Yes. Let's talk about Memnon.
Wait, let's talk to Men.
Let's talk to Memnon. He should be near the Aetheryte. I'm not good at explaining, but Memnon is. So I'll have him explain instead.
Alright, no meetings rolling around with him. Alright.
The Aetheryte. Anyone can use it to teleport anywhere. Well, maybe not anywhere. Not to the ground or other isles. For that, you need teleporters. Oh, and permission.
And what have we here? Though you look like a person, your ether is quite thin. I assume you were a familiar like Meteon. Is there something you need?
This is Rislin. Could you teach her about Elpis?
A newly arrived familiar, is she? Very well, I should be glad to introduce our fair facility to her. As you know, it is mankind's duty to make the star a better place. As part of this duty, we employ creation magics to bring forth new life. However, we cannot simply release our works into the world, for it would lead to chaos. No, any and all life forms must undergo extensive testing to determine their fitness to exist. Testing which is conducted here in Elpis. Every candidate is subjected to rigorous study, in which we identify their properties, surmise what habitats might be suitable, and speculate as to the effects they may have on the environment and other species. Should it be judged a beneficial addition to the star, it will be allowed to take its place in the world. The two of you, too, were created with the hope of making the star a better place. So heed your masters well and be good, do you hear?
We will, Memnon. We will. Thanks for the lesson.
You had a turn. Oh, now it's Median.
You had a turn. Now I get a turn. Where did you come from?
Well, a place far, far away.
Then maybe I probably don't know. Wait, then I probably don't know it. I don't know much about other places. But this place is important to you. I can feel it. Oh, my power. I haven't told you about it. A creation. Let's find a creation. One not being watched. Then I'll explain my power. creation is perfect. But I don't remember seeing it before. Perhaps it's new? Anyway, I'll try reading its mind. That's my power.
It is a shoe bell.
I can't read it. Or maybe there's nothing to read? Wait. Please wait. I'll try again. With you this time. Greetings. Can you hear me? This is my power. I can read the emotions of those around me and project my emotions to others in return. I am not actually speaking to you in your mind. Rather, you are converting my emotions into words and intention, a process performed subconsciously by intelligent life forms. This ability is vital to my mission, for it allows me to interact with intelligent beings, even should they communicate via unknown languages or other nonverbal means. As a consequence, I am clumsy at speaking. Yet, though I struggle to express myself in this fashion, Hermes wants me to speak as much as possible, for everyone has thoughts and feelings that they may wish to hide. I harbor an affection for you, one that is difficult to define. Aside from the fact that you share common traits with us, your thoughts are complex, prismatic. They draw me in and leave me wanting to know more. Out of respect for your privacy, I will refrain from using my power when speaking with you. Nevertheless, I want you to know that I wish to be your friend. Did you hear me? Good! Now it's my turn again. So, what are you good at?
Well, fighting. Crafting, gathering, playing. It's a secret. Definitely fighting. Definitely fighting.
Oh, fighting. That must mean you're strong. Hermes is strong too, but he doesn't like to fight, even when creations fight him.
This bird.
I think we might be bothering it.
Looks kind of pissed off.
Let's keep going. We'll go and see Uthane.
Is it Uanth? Uanth? I don't know.
We'll go see Uanth next. She's usually in a small building, one on the west row. Spriggans? What are Spriggans? Oh no, we call them Orai. If there's many, if it's just one, we say Orias. Though they're cute, they can be naughty. Sometimes they run off with concept crystals, and Hermes has to run after them.
Must be in this building. Well, if it isn't Medion. So you brought a friend today.
Greetings, Uanth. An apple? Could you make me an apple? The kind Hermes likes, covered in syrup. I want to share it with Rislin.
Oh, candied apple. Hermes is certainly partial to them.
But you know you can't eat Medion. You weren't made to do so. But I like it too. It may seem that way, but it's due to your ability to share others' feelings. You've taken Hermes' likes for your own. In any case, I can't prepare an apple right now, but I'll bring one for Hermes soon, I promise. I'm sorry, Rislin. I wanted to show you my favorite thing. Then I could ask about yours, but I failed.
Well, I like...
Oh, that's what you like? Yes, I can feel it. Your joy and happiness. And it makes me happy too. Thanks for sharing it with me, Rislin.
Any guess what I told her what I liked? Come on. I give you one guess, B10. One guess.
Well, we've talked a lot. Maybe Hermes has finished talking too. Shall we go and see?
Excellent timing. It was a refreshing constitutional, I hope. What, back already? Pity. A bit longer and we might have snuck away without you. Oh, yes. There you are. I can see the fresh air has done Medion good.
Rislin wanted to learn about you and Elpis, so I taught her. About this place, about my power, about your favorite food.
I'm not sure if that last one will be of any use. But I do appreciate your keeping Medion company. While you were away, I finished speaking with our guests. Finished? Hardly. You requested time to consider the invitation, so we have no choice but to occupy ourselves with an inspection of your work. My apologies. It has been decided that Emetzelk and Hythlodaeus will accompany me as I tend to my duties. If you wish to learn more, perhaps you would like to come too? I'm compelled to remind you that she is in no way associated with the convocation. We simply chanced to meet at Propylion. There is no guarantee that the matters we discuss will remain private. I do not mind to see the joy her presence brings Medion. I cannot imagine our mysterious friend harbors malicious intent.
Rislin is kind. Really, truly. She taught me as much as I taught her. You're coming, of course, to watch Hermes. You're bound to learn lots and lots.
Just kind of keeping an ear out for Monty. Oh, Chewie's sleeping in the Chosen's chair. You sleeping on the chair, Boo Boo? There. If everyone is ready, there are a few creations I need to check on. First, we shall return to the spot where we found our wayward Abystoma. Have care when you step outside a hub, for there may be more unruly creatures about. Ah, yes, the Ianthine petaluta, one of the newest species of the ever-popular butterfly. You're still bothered about your robe. Don't be. A few specimens we repurposed won't be missed. All vim and vigor now. When we were discussing his nomination, he was melancholy incarnate.
So beautiful, Petaluta. I hope they make it into the world.
I'd have to go back. I'd have to go back to town just to go put it on. It's just the same as their stuff.
This here is a new species of Petaludo we recently set loose. It has been doing very well, managing to maintain a stable existence thus far. If it can see its observation period to the end without issue, we shall release it unto the world. Tell me, do you know the difference between living beings and arcane entities?
Exactly. Immersion ruined.
It is the presence of a soul, yet the soul isn't something you can choose to have at will. No, it manifests only in those beings whose form adhere to the laws of creation, that can endure on their own. Beings that do not fulfill this requirement, such as those spontaneously born of magic or natural phenomena, do not have souls. No matter how much it might resemble flora or fauna, if it lacks a soul, then it is considered an arcane entity. So you see, it is not for mankind to decide what is living. That domain lies beyond our manipulation, and it is hubris to assume otherwise. But come, let us head to the nearby beacon. I have received a report that arcane entities have gathered there.
We're meant to be observing Hermes, but instead we're stuck with Medion. Well, I suppose she herself serves as proof of his prowess as a researcher and creator both.
A fascinating creation, much like yourself, little one. Renowned as Hermes is for his flying life forms, 'tis a rare privilege to be able to see one of his works in progress. Interesting. You're interesting too. Tell me, how did you find the abystoma?
Ah, yes, lightning pneuma, just as the report said. Although we call this structure a beacon due to its form, it's in fact a magical device. By manipulating the balance of elements, it keeps the isle airborne and maintains the climate thereupon. In the course of its operation, it often sees an internal shift towards a given element. Right now, that element is lightning, which draws the pneuma here to replenish their ether. It appears Medion is busy. Would you care to assist me in her stead and feed the pneuma? By using this lightning converger, you can harness ambient lightning and focus it into a ball, a veritable feast for our dazzling friends. Go on, give it a try. Oh boy. Okay. I guess I missed it. Dang it. Oh, I was trying to get them both. What? How did I miss that? Oh, I have to be on the destination. Guess I do it here. Yeah. Perfectly done, Rislin. Look. See how they gather to feed? How they express themselves through their actions despite their lack of words. Speech is not the sole defining characteristic of a thinking, feeling creature, nor is silence an indication that they do not possess these qualities.
be it a soulless arcane entity such as the Pneuma, or an ephemeral lifeform such as the Petaluda, all seek to perpetuate their existence, to survive. Is Mitian a living being? A good question. I can answer it from a theoretical standpoint, but it ultimately falls to the Bureau of the Architect to pass judgment. Those with exceptional vision, such as Hythlodaeus, may be able to ascertain her true nature. But to me, it doesn't matter. She is herself, and that is all I need to know. Oh, you finished already. I'm sorry, I was in the way. Not to worry, my dear. They've missed nothing of note, and we still have plenty of work for them to observe. Next, we will head east to the Morning Dew. I need to speak with some observers there. Look at this waterfall. Beautiful, beautiful, I say. It's adorable, but beware its sneeze. Hermes went flying once. Oh, it's a gooble. It's a gooboo. This fellow has been the talk of the Bureau. The combination of a carefree aspect and endless rows of fangs is strangely charming. Is there a guiding theme or any method to the madness that is this random assortment of features?
Amazing, is it not? The Ampelos, one of our newest subjects. So, how are we coming along?
Flowers.
This place is Elpis. Those flowers. Elpis. Entelekis. Like me.
They are a product of Elpis, and so named for their birthplace. A happy accident, born of the hands of a former researcher who loved beautiful blossoms. Unique for how they change color, to reflect the emotional state of those nearby. Though be it here or elsewhere, they are seldom seen in any hue save purest white.
Reflect the emotional state, you say? By what means do they achieve this?
In creation, there exists an energy wholly apart from ether, one driven by emotions. In like manner to how we manipulate ether, this flower is subject to the influence of said energy. While it has no will of its own, it is sensitive to the prevailing emotion in the vicinity, and reacts by altering its color and vibrancy.
Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, Some describe it as an essence influenced by feeling.
Yes, the elephant was right.
Akasha. Though I'm not familiar with the term, your description suggests it is the self-same energy. Dynamis, we call it. And those entities like the Elpis flower that have the ability to interact with this energy, converting emotions into tangible phenomena, are Antelekis.
That's me! That's me! An Enteleki!
That you are, my dear. And no ordinary one at that, but the first possessed of free will.
Wait. A form of energy other than ether? Dynamis? I've never heard of such a thing.
Hardly surprising. Dynamis cannot be seen, much less felt. And though its existence has long been theorized, we had no proof until the flower's serendipitous creation. What's more, Dynamis is far weaker than ether. Under normal circumstances, its effects are drowned out by the latter. On account of which, beings comprised of and reliant upon the ether, like you and I, are unable to make practical use of Dynamis. 'Tis a truly esoteric thing, known to but a select few scholars.
Intriguing. Then, given the limitations you described, why create Neteon?
Our star, Aetheris, is especially rich in ether, so much so that its name is derived from it. However, when we consider all energy in existence here and in the vast space beyond, Dynamis may account for as much as 68.3%. The more abundant form by far. Were we able to control it, we could open the door to limitless possibilities. 'Tis not unlike a gently flowing stream, unable to break through the dam of ether barring its path. But if we could imbue this stream with the vigor of a raging river... Not that I have such grand ambitions.
Or do you?
Nay. I merely wish to create a being that could traverse the great expanse. The relative scarcity of ether beyond the bounds of this star was a concern. And so, I looked to another source of energy by necessity.
That being Dynamis. No wonder her ether is so thin.
Precisely.
Yours is thin too. Like an Enteleki. Like me. So... are we the same? Entelekis?
I don't think so. I have been known to transcend my limits with nothing but determination. If I'm thin, it's because Emmett Selk didn't do a proper job. I like that one. I might give him some shit back.
Well, aren't we ungrateful? Mayhap I should revert you to the pathetic, faded thing you were.
Oops.
A deficit of ether alone does not an Enteleki make. It would, however, make it easier for you to interact with Dynamis. And limited though its influence may be, this quality could prove the difference between victory and defeat. You do well not to underestimate it. Oh dear. I'd forgotten about the poor fella. You must excuse me a moment while I go and verify a few more things.
Okay.
Never before had I heard of Dynamis or Entelechy's. I can only assume the Elpis flower was submitted to the Bureau before I joined.
Super Entelechy? I don't know about that.
Not that I or anyone else would be able to make use of it even if I knew. But it irks me to discover that there is an entirely different form of energy, and no one told me. That personal annoyance aside, Hermes' knowledge is undeniably impressive. Given that there are none among the 14 who specialize in the Celestial, he would be a welcome addition. Assuming he can be persuaded to join, that is. I still can't understand his hesitation.
Well, why did you join the convocation?
Oh, you wish to know why Emmett Selk was chosen for the convocation? I should be glad to share the tale. It began when... Not another word. Lest you've forgotten were to learn about Hermes. Not me. My misspent youth is not your concern.
Now I really want to know what his youth was.
Entelechy or no, we're friends. In thinness. My apologies for the wait. I have inspected the Ampelus to my satisfaction. All is well with the creature, and I dare say it won't be long ere it is released unto the world. Another creation, however, reportedly isn't faring so well. The Charybdis. That is what we shall tend to next. If you would follow me, my friends, we shall return to the main isle and head north.
Alright, I gotta go to the bathroom again. Sorry, guys. Sorry. It's all of this, like, you know, not that it's not interesting, but it's just, like, low-key questing. Oy. Kinda making me tired. I better take Medion with me. I don't know if that's possible. We'll see. Oh yeah, I've been, look at how my, look, we're almost there. We're almost there. Just 3 more to go, you guys. 3 more. I think we're gonna make it. I think we're gonna make it with the alphas, the stuffed alphas. I literally got 3, like, just the other day. Just in one day.
There's a slight difference in etheric balance between these Charybdises.
I don't know how to say it. Whatever. By this, it may be assumed that they aren't the original creations, but their offspring.
A serpentine bird or a winged snake. I understand there's a problem with one of the Charybdis.
Yes, that's right. As you know, the Charybdis is based on a sea creature. Owing to adjustments to enhance its affinity to wind, it is capable of flight. The specimens created from the concept could all fly without issue, but a problem arose in subsequent generations.
This third-generation creature was born with an etheric balance leaning strongly towards water, its aquatic origin reasserting itself, it would seem. The result being its affinity to wind is diminished, and it cannot fly. No matter what we try, we can't get it to rise even the slightest bit. For such a change to manifest in so few generations, I fear they are too unstable, flawed. With your permission, I will revert the creatures and recommend to the Bureau that the concept be revised. With its etheric balance leaning towards water, the Charybdis would indeed struggle to manipulate wind. Yet it is too early to conclude that it cannot fly. Having failed at first, it may simply have developed a fear. I shall transform and fly with it, helping it to manipulate wind until it finds its wings. What? You needed to go to such lengths. You don't know? But of course not. Transformation is an art in which one manipulates a vast quantity of ether to construct another body around oneself. In practice, this allows one to assume any conceivable form, and thereby transcend the limits of one's flesh. Inconvenient though it may be, transforming in the presence of others is considered vainglorious in the extreme, as uncouth and unseemly as running about robeless. Shameful. Am I to understand you make a habit of this? Nothing of the sort. It's just that when transformed, I can wield the wind and fly. It may seem excessive, but what is our shame next to the lives of these creatures? They deserve a chance, and we owe it to them to do all in our power. Be that as it may. Yes, I believe I have a solution. Emet-Selch, may I trouble you to move that Charybdis away from its fellows, somewhere out of sight. Meanwhile, I'd like the rest of you to help me prepare here. What mischief are you scheming now? No mischief, I assure you. I would but spare you the need to report to your colleagues that Hermes committed an indiscretion. No, Robles, no. So have a little faith and run along. I trust you don't mind. Phideus is a man of ideas. I wonder what he has thought of this time. We must help the Charybdis to fly, or else they will all die. Emet-Selch is out of sight? Good. Let's speak of the plan. It's a stroke of genius, really. We have Emet-Selch train the Charybdis. Aside from being able to fly untransformed, he can readily see ether currents. And with his adept spellcraft, he can also employ suitable wind magic to guide the creature along. While he is indeed capable of all you described, it is not his duty. I am loath to trouble him with it. Don't be! As I mentioned, it would also be for his own sake. With that settled, let's begin at once. Rislin, I want you to go to Emet-Selch. Tell him that you have a favor to ask. He will be disciplined to cooperate at first, but you mustn't be discouraged. With our friend, the trick is to be unflaggingly persistent. Off you go now, and good luck. Oh boy. I have a favor to ask. Oh boy. No, I don't think it's a mega duty. I don't know if I have any mega duties.
coming up soon. I can't remember. Alright, let's see. Oh, no, you don't. I'm not lifting a finger. Ugh. I don't know what Hythlodaeus is up to, and I will not be made to know. I refuse. If Hythlodaeus is to be believed, relentless insistence may serve to wear down the ever-wary Emmett Selk. Alright, please. Oh, jeez, now I gotta tell. I gotta beg.
No, no, no. You are not foisting this nonsense on me.
I'm given to understand you have the power to help the Charybdis, and should be quite willing to do so. And so I appeal to your better nature, most benevolent Emmett Selk. Please teach her to fly.
Or else Hermes will transform. Right now.
Now, there's no need to go quite that far. Altruism is its own reward, as I'm sure he would agree.
Oh, would he now? And who contrived to put me in this position, pray tell?
Nothing so devious. I merely suggested a possible course of action.
Please, Emmett Selk. Please.
Can you say no to Median? Can't say no to Median. Look at those eyes.
I did not come all this way to play nursemaid to your creations. I'd thank you to remember this favor and let it be the last. I will aid it once it has taken to the air. It falls to you to shepherd it skyward.
Well, let's relax and enjoy the spectacle, shall we? You were wondering why Emmett Selk joined the convocation. Truth be told, he wasn't the first choice for the office. I was, on the strength of my ability to see ether. But I declined the offer. For though my vision is exceptional, I am pedestrian in all other aspects. Worse even, quite abysmal when it comes to manipulating ether, for example. Couldn't transform even if I had a mind to do so. What good is the ability to perceive a problem if one cannot act to address it? Emmett Selk has no such shortcomings. He excels in vision and manipulation both, the latter to an extraordinary degree. If there is a mage more powerful, I do not know of them. Thus did I recommend him for the office in my stead. And I wasn't the only one. Far from it. Countless others vouched for his skill and character. People the world over, to whom he had previously lent a helping hand. Oh, how surprised he was. Claimed he hadn't done anything remarkable for anyone. Modest to a fault. He deserved every bit of acclaim he received. Yet he may well have gone unappreciated were it not for a mutual friend. A singular soul who can't help but involve herself in the business of others. Where she walks, excitement is certain to follow. Her antics irritate Emmett Selk to no end. But much of his grumbling stems from genuine concern. When our friend calls, he never fails to answer and lend his talents. And in the course of doing so, he himself came to be recognized and respected by those around him. They are truly remarkable individuals, and I'm proud to call them friends. To help them realize their dreams. This will be my greatest contribution to our world. And when they have fulfilled their respective purposes, so too shall I have fulfilled mine, and together we may return to the star. Look at me, spilling my innermost secrets. I can't seem to help it with you. I can only assume it is due to the color of your soul. I just don't understand how you can be so alike and yet so different.
Well done, my pet. Well done!
Ah, yes. I dare say the Charybdis will be fine here on. Why don't you go and signal to Emmett Selk? Let him know that his arduous task is at an end.
Oh man, it's almost 4.
If I didn't know better, I'd say Emmett Selk is enjoying himself. Not that he'd ever deign to admit it. Look, Rislin! Look how well the Charybdis flies! It's flying. It's really flying. As if it were born to do so. Thank goodness.
What am I supposed to do here? Oh, I have to wave to him. I guess wave? I can't select him, so say wave.
Emerging from his reverie, Emmett Selk notices you and begins to descend with the Charybdis. I have no words to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, the Charybdis has learned to fly. And Frislin and I could relax and have a pleasant chat.
Sure you did.
The creature needed some small assistance at first, but soon it was flying more or less on its own. I doubt you will need to repeat the lesson.
That was truly impressive. I witnessed it all from afar.
The Charybdis flies. Indeed. With this, we've proven that even a creature with skewed etheric balance is capable of flight. Though we helped it to achieve this, the Charybdis is a herd animal. They may well aid their struggling kin, in like fashion if and when the need arises. Keeping this in mind, I bid you continue observing them.
If that is what you want.
But If I may say so, rather than hoping an idealistic possibility comes to pass, would it not be simpler to have the concept adjusted? That way we could guarantee that anomalies such as this specimen are never born in the first place. These creatures are already here. We will spare no effort in giving them a chance to survive. As you wish, Chief. As you wish. Hermes? I'm fine. Don't worry. Well, that concludes all of my present tasks. Let us return to Ananrisis for now. All the creations are happy. That makes me happy too. Now you've seen what I do. What is everything you were was it everything you were expecting? I don't know what I was expecting. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. At the end, most of all. What? You want to apologize for forcing me to help, do you? Save your breath. You didn't force me to do anything. I merely chose the most expeditious way to have done with an impediment to our business. Oh boy. Alright. Just taking a look, Should be able to get a few more quests in before we call it. Tell me, Risland, in the course of watching me, have you learned aught of value? Dynamis. Dynamis seemed promising. Dynamis, you say? Curious that such an obscure phenomenon should be of interest to you. Chief Hermes, what good fortune to find you here. Is something the matter? Oh, God, I don't know how to say this word. The Achaeon. I'm afraid it's done it again. No sooner did we release one for observation than it set upon the nearby Ocupides, slaughtering them. Was the creature hungry? Or somehow provoked? I had just fed them myself, and the Ocupides were keeping a wide berth. It is the nature of the Achaeon that is to blame, their innate viciousness. Temperament aside, it is an outstanding creation, perfect in form and function. Though it may not be suited for release, I have no doubt that the Bureau will accept its concept for preservation. In any case, there is no point in postponing the inevitable. Duros will revert them all once the paperwork is in order. Where's the scene of the incident? Just off the path to the 12 Wonders. As you make your way, you should see it on the left. I don't know if Doris is still there, however. Hermes, wait! If this is part of his work, then I would observe. We follow.
Oh boy. Is this where excitement gets started? Fearsome beast, this Icaian. Where is it now? The Cupidity is no easy prey. With its hooves and horns, it was designed to be formidable even on land. Yet they didn't stand a chance against the Icaian. It's heavy. Hermes' pain. The lacerations and burns are unmistakable. Oh, it's an L. Lycaon. Okay. A Lycaon was indeed responsible. But the creature is nowhere to be seen. Duros must have taken it away. The man makes his base at the 12 Wonders. I shall go and see him out there. Emmett Selk and I will search the area for good measure, just to make sure the Lycaon did not escape. My thanks. Let us meet at the 12 Wonders when you have finished. I will go on ahead. Please follow with Rislin. Come. It's down this path and over the bridge. There it is! The 12 Wonders! Hermes is looking for Duros. Let's look for Duros too! He's a man with long blonde hair, I think. I'll know him when I see him. Alright, Medion's following me now. I was kind of thinking of Doritos. If you're with Medion, then I assume you're on an errand for Hermes. What can I do for you? Sorry, wrong person. We're looking for Duros. Ah, I see. We do have similar hair, so people often mistake us from afar. I hope you find him soon. Similar hair. Once I get back and record today's results, I should finally be able to put that report to bed. Not Duros. His hair is long, but the wrong color. Duros! That's Duros! Well now, if it isn't Medion, what brings you here? I thought I heard familiar voices. I didn't realize you two had decided to help me search for Duros. Thank you. You're in charge of the Lycones. I guess it's the Lycones? I don't know. I believe. Where are they now? Out in the fields and restraints. Frenzied as they were, I couldn't well return them to Catisis. Once I've submitted my report, I'll see them reverted without delay. It's as he says, the beasts are indeed quite ferocious. You're one of the 14. What brings you here? Nothing you need to concern yourself with. As you were. We've heard the news that Lycaon slaughtered Ocypides. As the observer in charge, you are of the opinion that they are not fit to be released? Aye, I am. Their abnormal aggression and exceptional strength makes for a highly problematic combination.
matters not where they are released. Lycones would threaten other species and upset the natural order. Could it be that the specimens observed are an outlier? Oh, hold on. Monty's here. Hey, I'm finishing up my stream, so.
Oh, okay.
So,
I brought some Doritos just like this.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We don't have much on this thing. I have some. So.
Right, I just figured we better just bring something, so.
Oh, it's okay. I'm gonna run. Okay, I'm gonna run after I'm done with the stream. I'm gonna to start to see So.
I mean, I do have to.
Yeah, we'll study or whatever. So, and I'm probably gonna be streaming for about another hour.
Okay, yeah. Spot, they're in the store. No, hopefully they're just still a spot.
Well, I have to go because I need more than just the noodles. No, we don't have. No. My friend says that we have slide puzzles to do. No, we don't. We don't. Okay. Highly unlikely. We've created a good many of them, all exhibited the same tendencies. Even when we used Kairos to begin with a fresh slate, their behavior was unchanged. Kairos. A memory reconfiguration system. The Chief himself created it. It allows us to erase or alter memories, that we may observe creations in different environmental conditions without needing to remake them from the scratch. Quite impressive. Potentially dangerous. Depending on the intensity of the etheric emissions, Pesherod may wish to have words with you. Rest assured, I've kept all values within prescribed limits. And to prevent misuse, its applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand. To manipulate a subject's memories is an intrusive act I deeply abhor, but it is still preferable to execution. Come now, Chief. Let's not be so melodramatic. What was born of ether is simply being reduced to its original state. I know the distinctions concern you, but we mustn't lose sight of the bigger picture, making rational choices for the sake of a more prosperous star. If a creation cannot be properly studied even with the aid of Kairos, we remake it. If a creation is deemed a detrimental existence, we unmake it. 'Tis all for the greater good, and none question the necessity of such routine processes. I understand these things, I do. I would never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat unto the world. Yet, insignificant though their individual lives may be next to all creation, it is all the Lycones have. Before we seal their fates, we owe it to these beings to exhaust all options, to ensure that nothing has been overlooked. If you insist, let me provide you with a full report and we may take it from there. Would it be possible for us to attend the discussion, that Emmett Selk may better carry out his duties? By all means. Pray show them to the meeting room. We have a duty to the star, this I know. But it doesn't mean we don't also have a responsibility to the lives we bring into existence here. To man, other beings are just things, to be used and controlled, like magic. That's what Hermes told me once. I fear this discussion may take a while, during which time... Media? Are you feeling unwell? It's not me, Hermes. It's you. I won't go to the meeting. I'll stay with Rislin. Loath though I am to impose, may I leave Medion in your care again? I'm in your debt, if you'll excuse me.
I know, poor Medion.
Can you help me with something, Rislin? The meeting will make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up with a flower. Hermes likes flowers the most of all the creations in Elpis. Most creations are expected to be interesting, or beautiful, or strong, better in some way. But flowers are different. They're designed to suit our emotions. What we feel and want to convey. Hermes likes that. I can't make flowers, so I'll search for one, and I want you to search with me. Let's start here, at the 12 Wonders.
Oh boy. I'll be running all over looking for flowers now. Vibrant purple flowers bigger than your hands adorn the tree.
Oh, so bright and big. I love them. But they might be too bright. You have to think of the recipient. That's what Hermes said.
A tall, slender tree rises before you. You crane your neck to look for flowers.
No flowers. If there were apples, we could have covered them in syrup. Let's head outside next. Don't worry, we won't wander far.
I massage this a little bit, yeah, probably. I like massaging things, clearly. An array of beautiful flowers grow in the bed, their mix of colors forming a pattern.
These would be better for Hermes, but they're hedged in. That means we shouldn't touch them. They're either under observation or poisonous. Any other places should be fine, though. Let's keep looking.
Familiar plant. Set on a tall, thin stalk, the oddly shaped flower is mesmerizing in its undulations.
Oh, a conion! A flower that can move. When Hermes wasn't looking, it shot seeds at him. Not a good gift, maybe. But you're good, Rislin, at spotting flowers. We'll find something soon.
I didn't massage that flower. It probably would have shot seeds at me. You spy nothing promising nearby. At best, common-looking grasses with some few tiny flowers.
Nothing around here. Ah! Over there, Rislin! Something big! Huge!
Uh-oh. That's a marble. That is definitely a marble. A terrible stench reminiscent of sodden old boots pervades the air. Without a doubt, the culprit is the marble-like creature before you.
It's an Adonis! The things around its mouth look like petals, but the flowers are the orbs on its head. When Hermes inspected it, it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. But do you think, Rislin, would he like it?
It's probably not the good sort of memory.
So not this one either. Finding a good flower, it's harder than I thought. I'm sorry, Rislin, but could we search a little more? Maybe as far as the fields over there. I'll pick something after that, I promise. Lush green fields stretch out before you, ending where the sky begins. Aww, there's nothing. The shiny thing over there. What could it be? Oh, Elbis flowers. They're here too. Hermes likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me, they're entelekis. Like me, they feel his pain and turn dark. That's only for Hermes, though. For others, they're always white and bright. Truly? The flower was dark in your home? Then, do you have it too? A dark emotion? Well, I've known the pain of sorrow and loss. I see. Hermes has known the same. The feeling that a part of you is gone. Again and again. But no one notices. Please, Rislin, won't you lend it to me? Your sorrow and pain. I want you to make the flower dark. In front of Hermes. He has been in a dark place since before he created me. He needs to know that he isn't there alone. That others are sad too. Truly? You'll do it? Thank you, Rislin. Thank you. It means more to me than I can say. I can't wait to see how Hermes reacts. Let's go back and fetch him.
I feel like this might not be a good idea, but
it seems they're still talking. Let's wait until they finished.
Oh, you were waiting for me.
You've finished talking?
Yes, we've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteon company. Emmett Salk and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
Elpis flowers?
Go on. You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Mission has shared much with you.
Oh no.
May we talk a moment?
No. Oh no, he's hot. This sucks. He's the bad guy though, right? Look at that little hedgehog. Aww. That was a cutie pie.
I do not think it wrong that we live for the star. That we strive to make it a better place.
What? Don't get mad at me. You know this is me.
And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said when we first spoke of my nomination?
Kind of. But, I'm just gonna say, Sir Emmerich is like the most, like, straight-laced good guy ever, and I love him, so I like both. I like them both. So do I recall what Hythlodaeus said? Okay, blah blah.
Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will, and when they depart, it is always beautiful.
Not the jerkiest. Stop it, BB10, and you better not malign Sylvain Jose Gartier's name. Okay? Don't even go there.
Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain. They sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear. And it is not beautiful. Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Naught amiss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I am filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. Owen asked what you thought as he kneeled beside the Elpis. Or if he only did it at Meteon's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort.
Let's have no more brooding, eh? No, Cho, you can't come up. No.
Indeed. Difficult though it may be, I must endeavor to be strong like you.
No, what are you doing?
The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there? What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day? To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteion and her sisters. Aye, sisters. She has a great many of them, and they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life. As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it. But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness.
Yes, she has sisters.
It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Meteion. Let's head back.
All right!
Get off the tree. Come on. Yes! They're space burbs. Space burbs. Where are we now? Verdict and execution. Alright. Well, we're gonna push through a little bit more. The prodigal familiar returns, and after causing all manner of trouble while we were in our meeting, I'm sure. Were you able to get some rest? Please do not hesitate to let us know if you're feeling tired. I worry we might exhaust your scarce reserves of ether.
I'm glad Hermes saw the flowers. Thank you, Rislin. It will help, I hope. Today will be difficult for him.
An all too brief interlude, perhaps, but it is time I attend to my next task. As Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus are aware, we reached a verdict regarding the fate of the Lycones. 7 were created for observation, and all 7 must be unmade. Duros has followed the correct protocols, and as Chief Overseer, I can find no fault in his judgment. The Lycones would disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves starved and perished. They cannot be released into the wild, and they cannot be allowed to remain here in Elpis. I intend to petition the Bureau of the Architect to have the concept preserved as a restricted purpose hazardous life form. Hythlodaeus has pledged to support me in this endeavor. Yet, whatever the Bureau decides, the existing Lycones have served their purpose. Duros has already isolated the creatures, and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith. It is my duty to witness the conclusion to the study. If you are resolved, then we have but to accompany you. Of course. Let us be off, then. We return to the main aisle. Maybe the burbs are still out there in the future? I don't know. We gotta keep... You gotta keep watching. You gotta keep watching. But they're out there. Lots of sisters. Mm-hmm.
Doros, are you hurt? What happened here?
They caught me off guard. I had them bound with ethereal shackles, but they became frenzied, even more so than usual, and broke free. I was able to stop 4. The other 3 escaped.
I see them. 2 have taken to the air above the 12 wonders. The last is up ahead, lurking in the fields. You and Rislin handle that one. The pair in the sky you can leave to me. If this is how it must end, then so be it. I will render assistance to Emmett Selk, unneeded though it is. Mitian, you are to stay here with Doros.
But Hermes!
The Lycones must be reverted. I would spare you their pain. And mine. This is my burden, not yours. But if you are intent on helping, then please follow my lead.
Oh, here we go. The intense music.
I appreciate your help, and I lament that it is necessary. There it is, our quarry. Within striking distance at present, but if it feels threatened, it may well flee beyond our reach. Here is my plan. You will approach slowly, in full view, and draw the Lycone's attention. Now, I warn you, its abilities are as fiery as its temperament. Once it spots you, it will unleash orbs of flame. But fear not. By my measure, you are more than equal to the task. Stand the onslaught for a few brief moments, and that will give me the time to catch it unawares. Ready? Let us begin.
Oh. Guess I gotta take care of these things. More? Come on, Hermes, do your thing.
Now.
Hey, he's got a staff of Caduceus.
Forgive me. Please, forgive me.
May you and your kin find peace.
Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas. Be not forgotten. In concept endure. To reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own. Live again,
if that be your desire. Hate, if that be your want. We are worthy. But leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high. Fly free.
Join the convocation, Hermes. You do not belong here.
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star? And when the star has reached perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction? I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Van Daniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts. I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
Hermes! Please don't be angry. It hurts so.
Forgive me. If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, Hythlodaeus, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend, I pray you find that which you seek.
I expect we have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
Aye.
So we're getting into Hermes' head and to Van Daniel's head. Huh. It has been quite an exciting visit for you thus far. Oh, you weren't injured, were you? Good, good. The other Lycones have been taken care of. The incident is resolved and life in Elpis continues as normal. Or ends, as the case may be. Rationally speaking, I understand Hermes' argument. No matter how well-deserved the rest, there is a pang of sadness when a colleague leaves us. Yet never has a departure caused me such grief as Hermes appears to feel. What must it be like to experience such torment? Oh, you'll find out soon enough, Emmett Selk. You want to know what it feels like to lose everybody you know? You're gonna find out. Well, yeah, but that's in the future. Well, that's the other Van Daniel. You know what I mean. Van Daniel's just the title. Where to now? If there's anywhere you would like to visit before we leave, I should be glad to show you the way. Hermes has not yet outright refused his position with the convocation, merely postponed the decision. As such, I may as well resume my assessment. If we cannot accompany him, then I will content myself with questioning his colleagues. Ever the pragmatist, then allow me to remain your humble guide.
And what of you, Rislin? Will you continue along with us? Wonderful. Our fellowship travels on unbroken. I say we explore another part of Elpis and see what new encounters there are to be had. If you would follow me, we will first head back towards Ananorisis. Alright, so where are we on here? Let's see. We're on Travelers of the Cross. Oh. Alright, so I think this is going to be the last quest we're going to do. Because it should leave us on a good, if I think where it's going to go, it's going to leave us on a little bit of a cliffhanger, but it'll be a good stop so that we can pick up next Friday. Hippo toe? What? Oh, there we go. Didn't we part ways with Hermes not far from here? Given the size of Elpis, I expect our paths will cross again before long. Oh, hippo toe. Cliffhanger. From here, we follow the path northwards to Notonius. There we will find one of the noose. I don't know. One of the Neas which facilitate travel between the islands of Elpis. First-time travelers must be accompanied by someone with the requisite permission, which I have previously been granted. We only need to use the device together once, and henceforth you will have leave to use it freely. Shall we? It's not really... I don't know. Oh, hippo toe? Was there? Okay, well, there's, you know, these guys got names. They got names. Here we are, Notonius. This Neus will take us to Calamelios Zephyros, the Western Isle. That's it right there, looming large over us. Step this way and we can soon admire the view from above.
I present to you Calamelios Zephyros. Here you will find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Poiton Oikos. Right then. Let's begin by... Well, well. An Arraius. How delightful.
And what, pray tell, is that?
It looks like a land shark to me.
Ah, that's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago. Sharks are among the most popular sea creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept. At first, they were largely orthodox, consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact. And then a whimsical someone thought to bestow it with flight. Another, superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst. Concepts with multiple heads, or arms and legs, and so on and so forth. It was getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to go away and find something else to create, but in the end, I couldn't deny their passion. And here we are.
That was too close. Are you unharmed? Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
Vanar, that we should meet you here.
Heidelin.
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star. Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work. Vanar is her name, and she is the previous Azem.
It has been a while, Hythlodaeus. You look well. Less so, Emmett Selk. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number. A shame for one so young. You must make an effort to frown less often.
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is she, if I may ask?
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
Oh, you know I am. Now then, you are?
That sounds like me.
I say, have you perchance come from the future? I do not believe we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you. Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
A traveler's ward, of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether.
That sounds rather like the Blessing of Light.
I see you are not ignorant to its presence. And while there are many protective spells, the one you bear is unmistakably mine.
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
So, your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours. How very exciting! I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future. Until a moment finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge, so you needn't worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest. Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself. As a representative of the Convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation? I've been working here for some days now at an old friend's behest. If it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Poiton Oikos. We were meant to meet. I am certain of it. Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly, and sent you unto myself in the past. It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to, and quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
What do you mean, Rip?
My apologies, but before we move along, a colleague has tasked me with a matter which I'd rather not leave unresolved. It involves finding a certain concept engraved crystal and the quick-fingered Aureus, which made off with it. An Aureus, you say? I think we might have seen the culprit before being distracted by that business with the shark. Would you like us to follow it? Its ethereal trail? That would, of course, lead us only to the Aureus. There is no guarantee that it hasn't dropped or stashed away the crystal you seek. Please. Even that much would be enormously helpful. While you are hunting down the thief, I can follow behind and scour this forest floor just in case. Could I ask you to join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land to the west of here. Many thanks. There's a small bridge leading to Poiton Oikos. Let us meet up there once we've exhausted our efforts.
Elsa? No, it's not Elsa. No, it's not Elsa. No. Alright, I gotta finish this quest, and then I've gotta go to the store because I gotta pick up a few things that I need for dinner because I am starving. Starving Marvin. Well, I found the crystal. She said else, not Elsa, else. The problem you present is vexing enough without adding the old Zem into the equation. She wonders why these lines upon my brow grow deeper when she herself wields the hammer and chisel. The Azems, both mentor and student, are a force to be reckoned with. I find them a delight personally, but they have a habit of making Emmett Silk look as if he bit down on a sour grape. Our last searcher returns. I am afraid the Aureus no longer had the crystal, nor was I able to find it as I followed in its wake. I don't suppose you fared any better. The crystal. Well done. Wonderful. Now I can focus on your tale without that missing concept nagging at my mind. Have you always had a knack for finding things? Well, traveling and searching go hand in hand. You travel often, then. It seems we have something in common. Long ago, when I held the seat of Azem, I was forever trekking back and forth across the star in search of answers to people's problems. Naturally, the need for such journeys has lessened considerably since I entrusted the position to my whimsical successor. Yet I am still eager to come running should an old acquaintance or new interest require my personal attention. That is what brings me to Elpis, in fact.
Many times has my presence been requested, my opinion sought concerning the habitat of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate that missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to become a major revelation. How strange and wonderful. It is the way one thing leads to another. Wouldn't you agree?
Okay, so now that we have found Vana, and we have the whole gang together, I am thinking this is a great place to call it here, because we've got, let's see, on our past, oh yeah, we've got at least 8 quests before we get to the dungeon, so that's gonna have to be next week.